are looking forward for an agreement which is, I feel, very appropriate at this very difficult, challenging time. I have just gone through some of the points and objectives, and I have heard you also. And from the government side, Secretary Madam has already explained in a nutshell what we are doing and what we intend to do. And from the UNICEF and the other UN agencies, you are very experienced, Dr. Yasmin, and you have well elaborated. And Mrs. Dwarka Sriram also had elaborated upon the various aspects of this campaign, objectives. And I would like to just add that we will always be there to partner with UNICEF and all relevant UN agencies in India, because our objective and the objectives of the UN agencies are same. We have a common goal. And Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has already given a very clear-cut roadmap for the youth of India. And he has made a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is self-reliant for all of us. So the youth of India will have to drive all those objectives set by the Honorable Prime Minister. So what I have gone through, the experiences of whatever I've seen with the works of the UN agency, especially the UNICEF, is something which we are already having integrated into our programs and policies. So it's a common objective, and this agreement, this understanding which we are coming to, and today's signing of this statement between the Ministry of Youth Affairs and YuWaah, of the joint collaboration of the UNICEF and other UN agencies. I think this is something which will give us more focused attention in terms of taking forward our policies. I have been watching the activities of our youth volunteers in past 4 months especially. They have been in the forefront of the challenges we are facing. Of course, the youths across the world are in the forefront all the time. And India being a large country and a country with such a huge young population, it makes a huge difference. Anywhere between 15-20% of the differences in the global effort can come from India alone, because of the sheer size of our young population. That is why I always feel that if India fails, it will be a global failure. So India cannot afford to fail, because we have a large stake, not for ourselves, but for global community. And we are also looking forward to contribute in the global level, in different locations, in different forums. And last year we have signed and passed a policy order that we will start sending Indian youth volunteers in the international forum. So I think this is a wonderful initiative taken by UNICEF, and I must compliment you, Dr. Yasmin and Mr. Dwarka, both of you. I think we need to collaborate much more intensely and much more closely, because we have to work in tandem. Of course, we are working together, but we need to foster much closer relationship. And this signing of this statement is something which I was looking forward for a long time. I don't know about what the situation would be in the days to come on the epidemic, but what I could see is we are strengthening our capacity. That is for sure. We are able to deal with the challenges much more effectively. Initially, everybody was nervous how things would be, how much it will have a devastating effect on us. So although I cannot say about the nature and intensity of the pandemic in the days to come, but I can definitely say that we are better prepared. That is because our youths are more empowered and more involved in the frontline activities. Our Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan NSS volunteers alone, which numbers more than 60 lakhs, So these huge numbers, they definitely have made its sheer impact. And of course, we find that the frontline warriors, the so-called frontline coronavirus warriors, the medical teams and the police, and they are more visible. But in the background, the role played by our youth volunteers cannot be undermined. They have made a huge contribution, and the Prime Minister has inspired the youths of India to take up the responsibility and face the challenges. And that is what I have seen. And I have tried to see the role of the youths across the globe in different countries, even in Bangladesh, doing very good job. And not only in the South Asia but across the world, I've seen the youths are better prepared because they are the future. So we have to empower them. And empowerment of the youth means skilling them, creating better platforms for them, strengthening their capacity. I feel that the global community has to have a single agenda. It's nothing called geographical or political. It's a common agenda. And I hope we are also looking forward for a new youth policy. We have youth policy every time. We come out with different kind of a youth policy, which is an improvement upon the previous one. So, in the next youth policy, I'm hoping we have also discussed with the secretary and officials in the ministry that we'll try to add something which will be more useful in terms of promoting the capacity of the youth as well as skilling them. After all, without skilling, the utilization of the youth resources cannot be there at the optimum level. Skilling is critical to youth power. That's what I feel. And on that regard, we need to emphasize much more. And I'm also thankful to all the UN agencies for coordinating with the government agencies and all the other organizations. There are lots of NGOs doing a good job. So you are also in coordination with them. And my Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports being the nodal ministry to deal with the youth affairs, we are in the forefront of any activities in the country. So the statement of intent is something which is actually a depiction of our objective and our intention, both the Government of India and UNICEF and other UN agencies. So my best wishes for this successful carry forward of this statement of intent, and I personally feel that this will give us a good leverage to work, as I said, more closely and in a much more coordinating manner.